Hello YouTube. Peepaw and I are super excited to share our experience of working with Matt from Matt's RVs on YouTube to purchase our new Coachmen Pursuit 27DS. What did we do, Peepaw? We called, we texted, we emailed, and we FaceTimed and got with Matt on setting up a time and our purchase for this new rig. So we were super excited to be able to go all the way down to Ocala, Florida from Virginia and pick up this lovely new rig, as you guys can see. We're going to link to Matt and Andrea's awesome review that they did of this coach so that you can see all of the compartments and the specifications. But this is just a quick glimpse of what it looks like on the inside for us. And we've only used it for one trip so far, the one coming back from down at Ocala. And one of the things that we found out right away with our first night of we actually camped down there in the lot at General RV, and the couch is really comfortable, but there are no theater seats in this, and so we really like being able to put our feet up. So we did order these collapsible footstools as well as these drink holders, because we like to sit and watch TV, and we agree with Matt that this has an optimal TV location, but we just didn't have drink holders or a way to prop up our feet. And so look at how perfect these work. This will be great for when it's rainy weather or we just don't want to be outside, because this unit also has a TV on the outside. And so far we've been finding that the digital antenna gets us an average of around 30 to 40 channels most of the time. So it's really a beautiful rig. So Peepaw, why don't you talk about our trip down, driving our old rig down for trade-in?
We left about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's about a 12-hour drive. We arrived in Ocala about 6:30, quarter till 7. When we got there, everybody was going home.
Yeah, and we had called Matt and told him, and he said he wasn't going to be there, but he told us where the camping locations were. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, and so we got the slide put out and the jack put down, and then I saw people coming out from the building, and the storm was coming up, so I was going to walk the 1.5 miles or so to the convenience store to get us a bag of ice. I walked over toward the people coming out and flagged a young lady down, and her name was Maria, and come to find out she's a visitor advocate. And so we talked a little bit, and she says, if you need a bag of ice, you want me to go get it for you? And I said, oh no, you don't have to do that. But make a long story short, she did. The next morning we got up, and thank goodness the person that was holding the water site that was there left. So we packed everything up and moved over to the water site and had that the rest of the time we were there. After we moved the RV, we were sitting outside, we'd eaten breakfast, and watching the people process RVs. And that's an amazing thing that Debbie will tell you about later. And but next thing we knew, we heard boom, boom, sort of a noise, and looked up, and here comes a golf cart jumping the curb with Matt and Andrea in it. And they came over and introduced themselves, and we talked a little bit about what was going on and what we were going to do for the day, and about so we also asked him if we could rent a car. He said, well, what do you need to rent a car for? He says, you can drive my truck. And I said, oh no, we don't want to. He says, no, you can drive my truck. So we talked about it and talked with him a little later on after the delivery thing started, as we proceeded, and decided to use his truck to pick up supplies one morning. And very nicely, it worked great, and we were able to pick up what we needed to do. And so that worked out well.
So in addition to what Peepaw was talking about, it was great meeting Matt and Andrea. They got to meet our two dogs, and I just love Una. We also had contact with Trey, who was our financial guy, and he's the person that we communicated with after we got things set up with from Matt. Matt handed off to Trey, and Trey is who set up our date and times for when we were going to start the process for taking delivery on this. And in addition to Matt and what we saw him do for us, the night that we took delivery, he also came by and offered, and I mean, this was like probably 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. We were trying to set up, and Matt stopped by and offered to go get us some Zaxby's chicken for dinner, which we did take him up on that because it had been a long day for us by that time. And he did that while he was helping 3 other ladies who had bought an RV to help set up their entire RV. So he was working, I don't know how late that night. You know, Matt, I think, is a pretty stand-up guy, and he does what he says he does. You know, how he talks about, you know, being focused and helping you get what you can. And even though we got a great deal on the price of this coach, Matt says there was no more Matt discounts, but he actually worked a deal out for the cost overall with our trade-in value that helped this become a reality for us. So, you know, Matt really goes the extra mile. There was some hang-ups that happened with that, but it doesn't impact or have any bearing on what Matt and his impact was for us. So we'll talk about that in our second video that talks about the follow-up on things that we have from our punch list and some of the other issues that happened while we were taking delivery. And I think that will help everybody understand a little bit more about how to work within General RV's system to get the things that you need. So that's going to be the focus for the second video. As we were finalizing accepting our delivery, we were still having some issues with our punch list, and we met a young man, Micah, who is one of the specialists that tours you through and orients you to your coach and everything. And he stayed probably 2 hours later than the end of his workday to help us finish some things that would have made it pretty hard to drive home. He helped to reset our rear view camera. He helped set our snap pads onto the lifts and everything. So big shout out to him. And
Micah was a lifesaver. He really did a lot that he didn't have to do because we were not his customer. Even though we were a customer of a General RV. And that's what he said. He says it doesn't matter. He says, you're a customer of General RV, and I need to take care of you. And he helped us do our tire sensors, and he helped us do the snap pads, and he helped us get the camera done all in about an hour or so at the end of the day. And he said, I'll just stay until we get you finished.
So, Peepaw, we have one more shout out that we need to mention.
Yes, on Saturday morning, after we had spent our first night in the coach, we needed some things looked at. One of the things was a small leak in the shower. And so I went to the service area, and our service rep wasn't in on Saturday. So I met a man by the name of Terry. Terry is one of the leaders in the garage area. And to make a long story short, Terry arranged to bring a service technician down to our campsite in the parking lot area and caulk around the shower to help us with other items that we talked with there. And actually made another trip back to bring us some tools to be able to help us fix some of the issues that we could take care of that they really didn't need to. So I'll put a big thank you and big shout out to Terry. All right, so this is going to be our tow vehicle. And so we're going to put a Matt sticker on the back of our tow vehicle so that everybody that follows us recognize Matt RVs. So we're going to put it right.
Matt got us 2 stickers, so we figured that one's going to be at the back of our tow vehicle.
Right.
And so we were going to do the second sticker underneath the General RV Center logo.
Perfect.
There you go, Matt. You'll be with us every time we go somewhere. And, you know, there were a lot of great people there that did great things for us, and we'll have more people that we're going to be adding to that list in our second video. So you guys be sure to come back and see how that all unfolds. But Matt, thanks so much. All the rest of you guys that worked with us, thanks so much. And we'll keep watching you too on your channel. And Matt, Peepaw has one more thing to say for you.
And I got my fat ass up on top of this roof at the campground.
Cookie here, and Callie and I just love meeting Matt and Andrea and getting our new RV. We're getting ready to go out on adventures. Yeah, you guys come and join us. Hit like, subscribe, and notify so you know when we're going. You guys, come back and watch our adventures when we go.